I would be very wary of the Indian side, though. They're very experienced, very talented. They come with a lot of fire in their belly to want to win that first series in South Africa. So very early stages thinking that Temba might not be the right guy for the role. He's proven everyone wrong. He looks very calm and composed when he's captaining the team. And it always helps when you're scoring runs. Virat, at an early age, found a way to master his own game, to understand what works for him and what not. And he's taken that into the highest pressure moments in cricket games. It's wonderful to watch. The ODI format is the closest to Test cricket that we get. So what I like about the ODI format is the fact that there's always that great challenge between bat and ball. Even on a good wicket where the batters seem to dominate, the bowlers can have longer spells where they can come back. On paper, it seems to be the best chance. It looks like an inexperienced South African squad. I would definitely not underestimate any South African sporting team. But on paper, if you had to look on paper, it's India's best chance yet. They're a very experienced side. They've travelled the world. They've caused upsets everywhere. They've been number one in the world for a very long period of time. So I expect them to come out firing. But you just can't look away from a competing South African team. I think the South Africans will not stand back. Yeah, so the South African team is quite inexperienced at the moment, blowing a little bit hot and cold, absolutely spot on. I do feel that when it matters most, they stand up. There's a lot of BMT in the side. So I expect them to stand up and have a fantastic series against India. I would be very wary of the Indian side, though. They're very experienced, very talented. They come with a lot of fire in their belly to want to win that first series in South Africa. So knowing the Protea side, they'll do their homework and they'll do everything in their ability to make sure that doesn't happen. Well, looking at the World Cup, I know it's a different format, but it'll be a very similar top 5, top 6. There's a lot of firepower, a lot of talent. Now, these days, a lot of experience there too. Yes, Jansen at 7 is quite high up, but he showed that every time he's come in, he's made a difference. He's had an impact on the game. So you can't see him as a tail ender anymore. He is an all-rounder. He's an outright all-rounder these days. And at number 7 to have a good all-rounder is not too high. So yes, we all want to say they're blowing hot and cold, a little bit of inexperience perhaps here and there, but I think the batting is a big strength of the South African team. Yeah, I was one of the guys in very early stages thinking that Temba might not be the right guy for the role. He's proven everyone wrong. He looks very calm and composed when he's captaining the team, and it always helps when you're scoring runs. He's been starting to find form as well. Scored some big hundreds, and we would like to see that in the test arena as well. Him scoring big hundreds. We know he's capable of that, but he certainly showed that he's capable of leading that team and leading from the front. So we're all very proud of him. Yeah, Henrik Nortje was a big blow in that World Cup. He's a fantastic bowler. He's probably the fastest bowler. He was the fastest bowler in the world leading up to that World Cup, so that was a big blow. But there's lots of other talent. Jansen stepped up, showing what he's made of. Rabada and Ngidi, the list goes on. There's a lot of talent, and all of them have got experience now, and especially Rabada. He's played all around the world. He showed what he's capable of, and he's capable of leading that bowling attack. I think the guy that resembles my batting the most is probably Devil Brevis. We worked together, we went to the same school, and I think he's based a lot of my technique, or he's had a look at my technique and sort of used that in his career, similar to me using Jacques Kallis's technique. and sort of base my own game on that. So yes, Devil Brevis, I would say. I hope he does. I'm very sure he's got a plan in place. I've no idea what that is, but it's very reasonable and very normal for him to be tired, to feel like it's time for him for that final chapter in a way. I don't know how long he wants to play for, but I would like it to be for as long as possible. He's been incredible to watch, and I think all fans would want to see a little bit more of him. So I'm pretty sure he'll dot down a few series that's important to him, and a few formats perhaps, and find a way to manage that leading up to the end of his career. Virat, at an early age, found a way to master his own game, to understand what works for him and what not, and he's taken that into the highest pressure moments in cricket games. It's wonderful to watch. It's an absolute privilege to have shared a dressing room with him, to have shared the wicket with him, and just to share incredible moments with him. He's a fantastic player, and long may that continue. So hopefully that career has got a few more years in it. The ODI format is the closest to Test cricket that we get. So what I like about the ODI format is the fact that there's always that great challenge between bat and ball. Even on a good wicket where the batters seem to dominate, the bowlers can have longer spells where they can come back and get the better of a batter. You have moments where you have 2 or 3 slips in when the bowlers get on top of batters. You don't see that in T20 cricket. You see a lot of that in Test matches. But the ODI's format brings the closest to the Test format to the front, and that's what I like about the ODI format. I think it's not necessarily a next step in innovation, but it's more to do with really mastering the aggressive and the conservative nature of batting, and understanding that it's not all about T20 cricket and bombing a bowling attack to all parts of the world. It's more about just understanding the flow of the game, and who can master that, who can really be explosive and then pull back. I think if you master that, you'll be a very fine player in the future. I'm not sure how much more there is to innovate, but there's always a generation that comes through and finds a new way. Maybe it's that right and left hand combination. We see Glenn Maxwell play that. Maybe a batter that really starts mastering that and playing good cricket shots, both right and left-handed. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see.